Okay, let's start with photosynthesis. Now we're going to discuss everything that goes along with the drawing, just like we did in class. So when photosynthesis happens, it's going to take place within our chloroplast. That is the organelle where everything happens for photosynthesis. Now there are going to be, if you recall, two stages. First stage is the light reaction, and let's see, go ahead and draw this down through there. The second is going to be the dark reaction, or the Calvin cycle, or even the light independent reaction. And on the flip side of that, if you have a light independent, means it does not need light, then you are going to have a light dependent reaction. Okay, everyone good with that? Now we are going on. Here is our inside workings of a chloroplast. Okay, if you recall, we did this in class, and a stack of those things are called the granum. Okay, and then let's see, just one sac is going to be called a thylakoid. Okay, and inside, all throughout the cytoplasm of the chloroplast, we call that the stroma. Alright, now getting back into this, let's talk about the actual process of what is happening. In the first stage, if we're looking at this, we're going to have our first entry. Everything happens because we have sunlight. Okay, sunlight's going to come into the thylakoid membrane, and it's going to work with water. And what is it going to do to the water? It gets really excited, and it gets a lot of energy going, kind of like you kids sometimes. You start getting excited and you bounce around, you move around, and it ends up breaking that water molecule apart. Now that's a great thing, because out of that we're going to have oxygen. That is going to be our very first product, or first output in the process. Now from that we still have those H's. And what are they going to be used for? They're going to come over to our second part, which is our wonderful Calvin cycle, coming around and around and around. And it's picked up as ATP or NADP and the H. So what else is able to come in to this process on this side, the dark reaction? We're going to have carbon dioxide. And so the carbon dioxide is going to work with our ATP, gets energized, and it works, it breaks some bonds, and when we break bonds we get a fabulous thing that's released, or that gets energy released. And out of this, our second product is going to be C6H12O6, which is our glucose, the sugar, carbohydrates. Okay, and then once that is able to come out, what happens? What did we just use energy? And when we use energy, we get ADP plus P. Remember, we broke the bond, we released energy, so instead of being adenosine triphosphate, it went to adenosine diphosphate. We also use the HCHO down here, so we're going back to NADP, back into the light reaction. So it does go on into a cycle, going over and over again. So out of this entire process, what are the reactants of photosynthesis? The reactants are everything coming in on top, and the products are everything coming in on the bottom. With that being said, let's do the equation. Let's move that on up. So what goes into photosynthesis? Well, we have water and we have carbon dioxide. It works with the light and it creates our glucose, C6H12O6, and oxygen is produced. Now, just remember, like I said in class, just to make this a balanced equation, we're going ahead and putting a 6 in front of everything but the glucose. So this is the balanced equation for photosynthesis. Here's water, carbon dioxide, our sugar, and our oxygen. Like before, here are the reactants, the things going in, and here are the products, the things coming out. Make sure you are able to draw this, repeat this, explain every step of it until you can do it without notes, without anything, and that's when you know for sure that you understand it. Hope this helps.